Once upon a time, in Akoma community, there lived a lady called Adaeze. Adaeze had always dreamt of becoming a mother ever since she was a little girl. She imagined herself cradling a baby in her arms, singing lullabies, and watching her child grow. But life had other plans for her. Adaeze and her husband Chidi had been married for 10 years, and despite their best efforts, they had no children to call their own. In their community, where children were seen as blessings and a sign of prosperity, Adaeze's childlessness was the talk of the town. Neighbors would point at her when she walked down the street, and they called her barren woman. And the market women would gossip behind her back. She must have done something wrong. They would say, why else would God withhold children from her? The pain of their words cut deep into Adaeze, but what hurt Adaeze the most was the silence in her home. Chidi tried to comfort her, but she could see the sadness in his eyes. He too longed for a child to carry on his name, to bring laughter and joy into their home. One day, after visiting another traditional healer, because of her situation, Adaeze sat alone in their small living room. The healer had told her that she was cursed, that the gods were angry with her for some unknown reasons. Adaeze's heart felt heavy and tears filled her eyes. She cried out to God, asking him why he had forsaken her. God, if you can hear me, she prayed, please help me with a child. I promise to love and cherish them with all my heart. Months passed, and Adaeze began to lose hope. The gossip about her childlessness grew more, and even some of her friends distanced themselves from her. But then, one evening, something miraculous happened. Adaeze felt a strange sensation in her belly, a fluttering that she had never experienced before. She quickly went to the local clinic in their community, where the nurse confirmed the unbelievable news: she was pregnant. Adaeze's joy knew no bound. She ran home to Chidi, her husband, to share the good news to him. With excitement, he lifted her off the ground and turned her round in shared happiness. The news spread quickly through the community, and the same people who had mocked her were now offering congratulations and prayer for a safe delivery. Months later, Adaeze gave birth to two beautiful twins, Amara and Chinelo. The girls were the light of their parents' life, bringing an abundance of joy into their once quiet home. Chidi and Adaeze spent their days admiring their daughters, who were as different as night and day. Amara was lively and energetic, always on the move, while Chinelo was calm and observant, taking in the world with her wide and curious eyes. But as Adaeze embraced her new role as a mother, she noticed something unusual. Even though her daughters were growing, her breast milk continued to flow in abundance, far more than what Amara and Chinelo could consume. At first, Adaeze thought it was a blessing, a sign that her prayers had been answered so fully that even her body overflowed with gratitude. But as the months went on, the milk did not stop. It became a source of concern for Adaeze. She tried different remedies suggested by older women in the village, but nothing seems to work. She even consulted with the clinic nurse, but the nurse assured her that there was nothing medically wrong with her. You are just blessed, the nurse said with a smile. Most women would even envy your situation. Yet, Adaeze could not help but worry. The excess milk became a burden, soaking through her clothes and causing her discomfort. She felt overwhelmed and wondered if this was yet another trial sent to test her. Amara and Chinelo grew up to 4 years old, but Adaeze's breast could not stop producing milk. That alone became a source of worry in their family. After all these years of childlessness, God finally heard their cry and blessed them with two beautiful children. But would they say the blessing came with burden? One day, as she sat down in the living room, after sourcing for solution, all to no avail, she knew she had to do something about it. She can't continue to live like that. Then, the idea came to her. There were many children in the community who did not have the blessing of a mother. She thought of the motherless babies at the local orphanage, infants who were abandoned or had lost their mothers at birth. These children often relied on formula or whatever the orphanage could afford to provide. What if I shared my milk with them? Adaeze thought. The idea filled her with a sense of purpose. It was as if God was showing her a way to turn her burden into a blessing, not just for herself, but for others. Adaeze discussed her idea with Chidi, her husband, and he supported her wholeheartedly. Together, they visited the orphanage and spoke with the head caregiver, Mama Nkechi, a kind-hearted woman who had dedicated her life to caring for the children. Mama Nkechi, Adaeze began, I have been blessed with more breast milk that I don't know what to do with it. I would like to donate it to the infants here, if that would be helpful. Mama Nkechi looked at Adaeze with wide eyes, then smiled warmly. My dear, you have no idea how much this would mean to us. The babies here often struggle with formula, and we could not always afford the best nutrition. Your milk could save their lives. From that day on, Adaeze began to donate her milk to the orphanage regularly. Every week, she would carefully store the milk in clean bottles, and Chidi would help her deliver it to Mama Nkechi. The infants at the orphanage thrived, growing stronger and healthier with each passing day. Adaeze's heart swelled with joy every time she visits the orphanage and saw the babies smiling and cooling. Words of Adaeze's generosity spread throughout the community, and soon other mothers began to approach her with similar ideas. Some offered to help with donations of baby clothes, while others volunteered their time to assist at the orphanage. The community, once divided because of gossip, began to come together in support of a common cause. But Adaeze's kindness did not stop there. She realized that there were also struggling mothers in the community who could benefit from her excess milk. Those were women who, for various reasons, could not produce enough milk for their own babies. Adaeze began to share her milk with them as well, ensuring that no baby in the community went hungry. One of these mothers was Nneka, a young widow who had recently gave birth to a premature baby boy, Ushena. Nneka had been devastated when she found out she could not produce enough milk to nourish her son, and she had feared for his life. When she heard of Adaeze's generosity, she approached her with a mixture of hope and desperation. Adaeze, please help me, Nneka pleaded. I cannot feed my son. I am afraid he will not survive. Adaeze took Nneka's hands and reassured her, you are not alone, Nneka. I will make sure your son gets the milk he needs. With Adaeze's help, Ushena grew stronger and Nneka's fear were put to rest. She became one of Adaeze's closest friends, and the bond between their family grew stronger. As the years passed, Adaeze's twins grew into beautiful young girls loved by everyone in the community. Amara and Chinelo were proud of their mother's generosity and often accompanied her on visits to the orphanage. and to see the other women she helped. One day, when the girls were about 8 years old, they asked Adaeze, their mother, about her decision to share her milk with others. Mama, Amara asked, "Why do you give your milk to other babies? Shouldn't it be just for us?" Adaeze smiled at her daughters and gently stroked their hair. "My darling, you are my greatest blessings, and I love you more than anything in the world. But I believe that when God blesses us, we should share that blessing with others. There are many babies who do not have a mother like you do, and I want to help them grow stronger and healthy just like you." The girls nodded, understanding their mother's wisdom. From that moment on, they took pride in helping their mother with her mission, knowing that they were part of something much bigger than themselves. Years later, when Adaeze was old and her daughters had grown into women, she looked back on her life with a heart filled of gratitude. She had faced many trials, but she had also experienced the joy of motherhood and the fulfillment of giving to others. The community had once judged her harshly, but in the end, she became a symbol of kindness and compassion, a beacon of hope for all who knew her. And so, Adaeze's legacy lives on, not just in her daughters, but in the countless lives she had touched with her generosity. The mother's gift, once seen as a burden, became a blessing that brought a community together and reminded them all of the power of love and kindness. Thank you guys for going through with me throughout the story. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and if this is your first time, please like my video, subscribe and share my video. Click on the notification bell so that you'll be notified anytime I upload new videos. Thank you and remain blessed.